Hello everyone. Today we are drawing portrait artwork, and now I'm simply marking the space with charcoal to know on which area I have to work. So this is the first step of charcoal drawing, that marking the spaces. Hello Juhachi, thanks for commenting. Hello Blink Live, thank you for commenting. By giving these simple markings, I will know at what will be the shaded region and what will be the area on which I have to work more. So it's an important step. And the more detailing I will put in this step, it will be easier for me, easier for later to work on. So that's why I'll put much of the detailing in my first step itself. If you want to ask anything, you can surely go ahead and ask. If I'll be able to answer your queries related drawing, I will surely do that. Hopefully it's visible to you. We are gently pasting random charcoal work over here. Not we are not doing any dark lines, because then it will be hard to erase. So if you are using charcoal chalk or charcoal pencil, uh, do it lightly in your initial stages. When you are just marking things up, do it very lightly. Once the eyes has been created, you can gently draw a line at the center of the nose, and in this way your nose will be created. With charcoal it will be quite easy. You just have to give a basic shape, and later you can work on details with your pencil. So here the nose has been created. For lips also we'll go for same concept. Draw a straight line, and this way you will know how much you have to extend it for upper lips and for lower lips. And most important will be the chin line, that will be straight down beside lips. Once you place these important components of your face, you just have to connect it with the chin. Lip will chin side lips will always go parallel with the lips line, like this line and this line will always be go parallel. In this way you can have markings for your jawline. And now we have connected it gently. Hello gaming world, thanks for commenting. Same we'll do in this direction also. We'll extend this chin line along this lip line. This and this line will be parallel here, and we'll extend this line. From above we'll connect it to bottom. If you feel it's little bit thicker, you can always extend. Because your hair will also come this side, so you can always cover up with your hair. Once you're done with your face, you will have to start with neck, and rest everything will be your hair only. So no need to worry about lengthening and those things that you can do with pencil. Simply put your effort in placing your facial components at right angle, right position. That's all for initial stages. This will be a initial hair. Hopefully it's visible to you. We can make it extra dark, as this will be the area on which the shadow will fall. So you can make this area extra dark. Same thing we'll do with this side here also. We'll draw it beforehand. You can simply create waves and waves of hair till it take a shape. The neckline here will be drawn too, and the hair will fall over here. This side the hair will be little light because the light will fall this side more. So we'll do gentle shading only. That would be all for with chalk. What we can do, gentle strokes will create nicer illusion. So you can always use charcoal chalk or charcoal pencil according to your convenience, and you can draw amazing artworks. That would be all for our first step. Second step will be blending it. For this I am using stem blender, which has a pencil like end, so it's quite easy to blend in corners and areas. By blending I'll make the page much smoother so that I can later work with my pencil. You can also use this way, you will have your base frame ready to work upon it. Now you will see the portrait will slowly take its shape. Nice and easy. Don't overdo it. Once you blend it, you will see uh, on what structure you will be working, how long you have to extend, and what part come out nicely and what part you have to create. So no need to worry about those things, which will come later. Focus on each step and give your some amount of time for each step, and rest will be done. I am gently drawing the areas in which I will put shadow, so that I will know later what part to highlight more. That's why blending stems are nice. You can use it as a drawing tool as well. So this was the second step. Third step was to remove all the extra charcoal grain from your paper. So for that I'll use this clay eraser. You just have to squeeze it and roll it over your drawing evenly, naturally, and it will remove all the extra charcoal and make your paper smooth, easy to work with. When you give time for your each step, things become easy for later. So focus on this. Don't rush into artwork. Simply go step by step. Now you have seen that it has become much lighter than before. In this way, uh, you will have a smooth surface to work on, and they are very easy and small steps which give you a 50% of a portrait. Now we'll straight go with the detailing part, for which I'm using this 0.7 mm HB pencil, which is 2B. I'll start with the eyes. You will see the difference in one go, how it will come out. If you like this much, please do like and subscribe. This is my only chance to show you what else I can do. I will surely improve my quality. Please do like and subscribe. Here the eyes are only slightly open in my reference, so I'll draw exactly like it. That's called the lazy eyes, but it gives a cool look to the face. When eyes are lazy, it become more beautiful. So if always follow a reference, if the shape in your reference of eye is small, then make it small only. Don't try to play with that, otherwise you will make completely different person later. In your art, completely different person will come out. So always stick to your reference and see the areas and work accordingly. Hopefully it's visible to you, the detailing we are putting into it. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for joining. Please check out the final artwork at later. Please do subscribe, like, or ask if anything you need to ask about this artwork. You can surely comment. So this eye has great amount of detail, so I will be try to put it right now itself. Detailing should not be left for later, it should be done while you are in the process, so that you don't miss out. Once your base is here is done, this will be the shadow of this hair falling over here, so you can draw over this eyes. Down will be equally dark. When you draw shadow of things over your face, it completely changes the vibe of the face. So if your reference has these small details, always try to include it. Now you can see the difference. Even though if you dark this area, it will come out nicely. So this area is so big that I will be drawing completely this side of the face right now only to give it a proper shape. And will draw shadow of the hair here also. That's why I draw this area right now. So that I can give its finishing touch now only. Hopefully it's visible to you, the detailing we are doing here. We can always extend this amount of detailing. I feel this is done, almost done. Same way, easily put here also in reference. The hair will fall all over here, and it will extend from here only, and it will move up. So this part will be little darker than others, and you can always extend this part. Now you can see one kind of drawing is in which you make the shape or surface in a square form, and one is curve form. Even to draw here also, you can use this reference whether to you want a smooth surface or like you want edgy surface. Both create different kind of impression, so you can choose accordingly. So this side of the face is almost done. Now we can always make these eyes little darker than usual. You can always play with the darkness. The more darker your eye will be, or like the more time you will give to your eye structure, it will come out nicely. So always try to spend quite amount of time for your artwork, for eyes especially. People tend to look eyes first. If your drawing has a eye, people will look at it first. No matter how good your sketching is, how nicely you have portray everything, but things will come at how the eyes are looking. If your eyes gets crooked, or it's not in perfect form, or it's uneven, then they will surely notice drawing is off. So if your drawing is having eye, then gives it a little amount of time. Off to our second piece. Hopefully it's visible to you. We have already given this kind of shape with a charcoal chalk, so now we'll simply add details to it, which will be very easy. Just have to extend this area. So in this, my reference has lazy eye, which are basically small eyes. So we will draw that only, will not play with the reference, otherwise the person that will come out after drawing will be completely different. So always keep in mind to draw as the reference is. Don't play with basic shapes or structure. This part receives more amount of shadow, so we gonna draw more amount of shadow. We are simply putting details so you can see what part to highlight more and what part to leave as it is. Here I am just giving a stroke to hint the eyeshadow, eyelashes, sorry. You simply can make extend this area corner upwards to give it a feel of eyelashes, and down will be its shadow, which will give it a nice look. This nose bridge will be extended to the eye, so we'll do little bit of that also. I feel this eye came out nicely, so I'm quite happy with the eye. We'll give details here also so that our forehead will be complete. Hopefully this is visible to you. This will be the basic hair shape on which we will be working, and I feel it's quite alright, quite good so far. So after doing little touch up for hair, we'll bring our focus to face first. This I did to extend this shadow area, to draw this shadow area right now. That's why I extended my focus to here that time. Hopefully all the details I'm drawing is visible to you. I'm asking this again and again because mm, I don't know how it's looking to you. Is the camera is okay or not? That's why. So please don't mind. We are doing nose here, so we'll not put extra shape or things. We will gently work on the shape we have given it earlier. So what we created, those guided lines, will work on that only. If you change your basic structure later, then it simply create issue or it create different person. So always stick to what you have created earlier and work along. This will be the shadow of the nose, so you can make it little darker. Don't worry, it will get along with other part. And you can gently connect this both area together. This nose line and the eye area, you can gently connect it over. If if it's looking dark in your reference, then make it dark, otherwise leave it as it is. Always look for small details from which your whole perspective of the art will get changed. So always look for small fine details and use it in your artwork. So here nose is also basically done. Hello Zwan. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I guess it's Yon. Hello, thanks for commenting. What we created lips, I will just extend it shape. Always start with center line which we have created earlier, and then you give the desired shape to your center lips. In this way it will always on marking, like you see here. We doesn't haven't done much. We already had our guided lines, and on which we simply gave it a nice shape. That's why when drawing facial structures, draw in straight line first, then extend it over as you feel, as you want it to, as you want to extend over. So that's the lips. It came out quite nicely. So I won't disturb this now. If something comes out nicely, then don't overdo it. We'll extend its shadow and give it a simple shading below lips, because that's what we are doing here in total. Choose reference in which it has lots of shadow, so that you will have something to draw or to show your skill. There's no end to the artwork. The more time you give to it, more nicely it comes out. Now I will turn my focus towards the chin part, which got slightly disfigured with all the rubbing and melting down, but we'll have our basic shape and we'll work on that only. I will also show you how to make your face get curve inside, how to make it look 3D, the curve of your face, how to make it go 3D. So just wait and watch. Drawing artworks can be really boring sometime, because lots of people doesn't have enough time, or like I also understand it's not wise to sit along for a video that is not that fun, but surely you can come later to see what we have created. I always upload 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 12 seconds of reels of these videos only, what I am creating here live, that will go to reel section later, so you can always come and watch, and that would be a great support to us. So if you can do so, please do so sometimes. So we have to shade this whole part, and that will come out nicely. So for first step I will gently give it a gentle pencil sketch all over to make it even. Second, I will start carving out at the edges only, because the deeper the edges will look, uh, the more 3D your drawing will get. So you have to make it very deep on edge, and it will fade out as it comes in. That's how you create 3D effect. So first it will look like nothing is happening, but after 5 to 10 seconds you will start noticing that how it works. So keep this in mind. The edge will be dark and it will slowly fade out as it comes in this whole scenario. The inside will be less dark, the edges will be more dark. If you draw small patches, or like you use rubber and sorry, eraser, and do small texture work, then it will turn out great. But to go that far, first you need to learn the basics to do hyper realistic and those mediums. You first need to know the basics, and these are the basics: how the light works and how it will work with pencil. So here you can see I am darkening the edges, and it is giving it a totally new look. So keep on simply using your pencil in same way. The edges will be very dark and it will fade out as it comes in. So now the whole jawline is being changed because we have managed to dark the edges roughly, and we have extended it. To do in left side of the artwork, it's easy for me as I am righty, but to do in right side of the artwork, it's quite hard for me too. Same principle you can use in every corner of your face, like here also. If you want to make the chin look go wow, you simply dark the edges, and edges will be darker and it will fade out as it goes up. As it goes up, it will fade out and it will create that kind of texture, 3D texture. This might take time, but it will give your artwork completely different vibe. So please try this too. We will be doing same principle over forehead also. To create 3D view, we simply have to dark the edges and let it fade outside. Now we'll turn our focus to other part of the neck too, other part of the face too. We'll focus our energy to other part as well, because creating only face will not do anything. We have to make it presentable, which requires other part putting effort on overall drawing equally, whether it's nose, eyes, face, hair, neck. So we'll be putting some details over here on neck to make it pop out, to make it look differently from the face. And we'll carve out our hair also in all the possible direction it may desire to go. Hopefully it's visible to you the way I'm looking at it. So for this side of hair, the extension will go from here, and this all part will be very dark. It may take time, but it will give it a nice look. So we're gonna do this. We'll make it dark. When your drawing is asking for darkness, give it darkness. Don't go for semi dark or lazy dark. That would be different, completely different area. So see on which part of the hair light is falling, which are lighter, which are inside, and then just do it. It came out nicely. So I won't say that I have planned it all along. It's never like that. For artworks who are very professional or like very smooth in their work can say that they planned it out accordingly, but to me it is always a surprise whether how it will turn out to be, what will be the end result. I am never sure about it because I am not that confident, and I know that I have a lot to learn. That's why I am not that confident, but today I feel that it turned out nicely. Hopefully it's visible to you, the amount of details we are putting over here. This is all hands-free drawing. As those who have been seen my video know that I always draw completely hands-free. So you can also learn a lot with me. So please do support me, and I will try to bring every kind of artwork possible to you in easy and fun steps. So I feel this side here is almost done. It giving a good vibe, good artwork vibe. I feel this eye will be little more darker here. Once you complete your artwork, you should never feel like oh you should have done more. That's why I try to give it overall touch in areas you think it require more effort or time, then give it. So this side here is almost done. We'll switch our focus to our next side, which will be this side here and this side neck part. You can always create one or two hair also with thick hairs, as it will give a nice even look. Here the shadow is falling less, so here will be less black. So I'll bring hair inside the neckline, as why not? It will eventually come out. The hair live their own life. They don't follow the rules. They flow or fall as they want. So you can always bring your hair over to the neckline. You don't have to bind by the rule. You simply have to see what's working best, and it will be accepted. That's how you create something new, by doing something new. Even if it looks messy in beginning, it will take shape. You just have to have faith over what you are creating. It will eventually take shape and it will look nice. So no need to worry about the after result. Just keep on working and doing your bit by bit all together. So for this side, here will keep it low in darkness, and we'll simply extend this over to down, but we won't connect it anyway, because we want to give it a look that white hairs are here. When you say white hair in an artwork, that doesn't mean literally white hair. It just means that the shadow will be falling over to here. This is what it means. So you have to show that light has been falling over here. That's why the hair is looking white. We'll simply use our blender over here to make it look smooth. It will slightly fade off as it goes up. Down will be darker. We can extend this area till here and we'll make it more. You can always take it half of the cheek side and extend it. When you are extending, you have to extend overall. This is a 6B pencil, so it's not that dark.